No, you have to have Bluetooth.
Hang on, it has to have that. Is that in, what is apps? Is that appetizers? I could do some Nibblies. Guys, Nibblies?
Operator.
Yes, hello, we like some poppers.
I don't like poppers.
Ty, you like poppers?
They're all right.
See?
He don't like them.
Yeah, you don't like them. I don't like poppers.
I'm waiting for the Conn Smythe winner here. Mark Stone had a hat trick tonight, so I might have put him in the running.
Yeah. I don't respect Vegas, man. I don't care who wins.
Your Vegas hate is almost like Breeze in Boston, his Boston thing.
They're just stupid.
No, he's an original six guy.
I'm not an original
he's
six.
He's anti-expansion team.
You're beneath me.
Okay, that is not true because I give
Yes.
the Lightning a lot of props in my real life.
He dumps on all the new teams.
That's not
That
true.
jersey's new. That jersey's new. They're all new.
What do you think about the how the Kraken did this year?
I mean,
Unleash the Kraken.
I expected it. Again, when you purge real talent, it's not surprising that you're good.
Shout out to Yanni Gord.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry.
First nibbly of the night. XFL lost upwards of $60 million in revenue and cut jobs as a result. What do you guys think of the XFL? Should The Rock and the XFL continue to try to do whatever it is they're trying to do? Or should they just cut their losses and move on?
No, but let Shaw roll.
This is why he's going to have a match in WrestleMania 40 to make some of that back so he can infuse it back into the league.
Why keep investing in that? I don't watch. Breeze, you watch?
No.
Okay.
Listen, I feel like what The Rock is doing is he's not competing against the NFL, which he made clear. It's not competing against the NFL.
Okay.
The XFL is supposed to be for man number 54. Or those guys who are still trying to get back in the league, or even honestly new coaches, new scouts, whatever. That's what the XFL is supposed to be, and that's what he's trying to make it. So the fact that he lost some money, a lot of money, I don't feel like it's that bad. And I think that he has no, for real. I feel like there's enough behind The Rock. I'm not gonna not bet on The Rock. I think that he has enough pull to make certain things happen to where all of a sudden he gets what he's trying to get out of the XFL.
So you see in the future a way that this league could be successful and not be compared to the NFL?
Absolutely, because again,
I don't see it.
Did the TV networks make money?
That's a good question.
The fans help the TV network make money. If the fans aren't supporting it, they're not making money.
I don't want to make it as simple as it, but if the TV networks are making money, they're going to keep putting it on, no matter how much The Rock personally may or may not lose.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, all of The Rock's millions
and millions
are not watching. It's not working. It's not working, man. And it's not going to work. It's not gonna get traction. This semi-pro NFL model, it just doesn't work. It takes too much to run it. It's not like basketball, right? Like I recently watched the AN1 thing. You can just start showing up to gyms. It's not like that. You can't just hodgepodge it. These guys have to practice. You know, there's equipment. You got to move all of these people places. You know, all the staff to do. It just, I don't think there's an opportunity for it to really flourish. And then, which I would love. I like the idea of that 54th guy being able to play somewhere, but I just don't think it'll ever just really gain traction. It's been tried multiple times now, and every time it just falls flat.
I do know a couple players. I mean, there may be more than I know of, but from the XFL have signed NFL contracts or in mandatory OTAs this week. So
Charleston Rambo did not get drafted. Come out of Miami, didn't get drafted. Played in the XFL. Now he got to deal with he got a contract with the Eagles.
I mean, players have come from Arena League too and made it to NFL teams, so that shouldn't be a reason to keep it around. Well, we've seen different avenues to where you could still get to the league. My thing is, if I'm a business owner such as The Rock and I'm losing this amount of money against, competing against the NFL, as much as we don't want to put them next to each other, that's what they're competing against, and I don't think it'll flourish.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's competing against the NFL. I mean, the fact that the CFL is still here, are they competing against the NFL?
But
still here? Watch?
They're in a different country.
That's the point.
It is the point.
No, it's not. I mean, Toronto's in a different country. They're still here.
Now, CFL is in a different country. That makes a difference.
Yeah, the Raptors are in a different country. The
but
Canadians
they-
are in a
but
different
they're-
country. There's
but
a lot of people in a different.
no,
It's
don't-
like, it's
wait,
like
wait, wait.
overseas basketball. Nobody cares, but
No, wait.
it's still going.
So hold on. So hold on. You think Canadians are like, oh,
Watching
man, you know
CFL?
what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over NHL? They competing against the NHL?
No, they're not competing
No.
with anybody.
Then what are they competing against?
Something else
Just
to
themselves?
watch. It's just something else to watch.
The CFL season is opposite of the hockey season.
Is it opposite against the NFL season?
The end of it runs into the beginning of the NFL season.
So do you think Canadians are watching NFL like that?
Yes.
Possibly.
And then they just turn right around and watch CFL?
No, because CFL doesn't start until hockey ends. So it's starting like now.
No, I'm saying, no, I said the NFL.
So the Grey Cup is in October, I think. October, November. That's their championship. So that is in the middle of the NFL regular season.
So at that point, are the numbers for the CFL better than the NFL?
We'll have
Well,
to
come
pull the
on, man.
numbers.
You know the
just-
answer
you
is
can't
no.
call numbers.
That's not the point. Is it enough to
is
keep
my-
it above water?
What-
That's the point. Can you
what's-
get enough people
so
to
again, at
tread
that point,
water?
The
what's-
answer is no.
So again, at that point, I'm curious as to if that's right now competing against time for the NFL. What's driving
It's
the
not
Canadian?
competing. He said it's not. It starts in the summer. It ends when NFL's starting.
So their championship. So okay, we've talked about, and I'm sorry, we've talked about something like certain stuff like this before, where certain things kind of run into tournament time or NBA playoffs or the Super Bowl. It's
Right.
like, yeah, we would have watched it, but just bad timing.
It's playoff time.
So now, if the Grey Cup is at the middle point of the football season, well, are you going to watch Chiefs versus Tom Brady, or are you going to watch CFL?
I'm not Canadian. I don't know. I'm
to
not,
answer your
bro.
question, Chiefs versus Tom Brady.
But like,
Well, you're also not Canadian.
but to his point, the Israeli basketball league does really well. The gyms are packed, fans are
in
rabid.
Israel?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know Israel numbers. either.
Speedy's over there. I've seen clips like the games are packed. He's like the fans are rabid, and you're like American. Like I'm not watching that over LeBron versus Steph.
Well, they're
and
probably-
yet it's doing very well.
Well, they're probably also not up at
All the
2 o'clock
Wembayama
watching.
games, they're all
I'm just
packing the
saying,
rafters.
regionally, people will attach themselves to their own product at times, even though it doesn't make sense from an American standpoint. Because why would I watch that? I'm waiting for college over CFL.
There's only one football league in the United States that everybody really care about. You can't drop another one in and expect for it to catch on.
There's two. Colleges.
I mean, of course, college. We love college more than NFL. I can speak for
yeah, I think there's probably
A
more
majority
college
of
fans than
Americans,
NFL
yeah.
fans out there. The biggest college stadiums are bigger than NFL stadiums.
and pumped to your point with hockey. Jonathan Marchessault just won the Conn Smythe.
Good march yourself.
shout out to him.
Whatever.
All right, guys. The
for
Nuggets, they won their first championship in team history. Let's get a round of applause for the Denver Nuggets. They beat the Miami Heat. Can we get a longer applause? That's actually how the celebration was in the locker room. There was a clip of Joker trying to pop open the champagne, and a little bit came out.
He doesn't care.
He don't care.
He doesn't care.
Mission accomplished. Let's move on. Let's do it again.
Yeah, Joker doesn't care.
Do you think they're primed to be?
He also has very dry humor. I've noticed from his interview.
He does.
Yeah.
Do you think they're the next Golden State of the NBA? Do you think they make several championship runs over the next couple years?
I think their ceiling would be Spurs-ish, where
It's a good seal.
I don't think they're going to win 2 or 3 in a row, but they could be winning 2 or 3 out of a 5-6 year period. You got to remember, a lot of things. I mean, just like in any championship run, a lot of things got to fall your way, right? You played, what if, just going back, what if Draymond Green doesn't punch Jordan Poole? Does that team have more continuity? What if, Chris Paul doesn't get injured again in the playoffs? They were the only team to beat Denver twice in the playoffs.
Or the Lakers got together earlier.
Or the Lakers had more than 3 minutes to get together and play together. Or, your boys on the flippers don't get hurt all the time. So if there's a season where, things fall the right way for other teams, at least in the West, there's going to be a lot more competition. But I do think they're going to be, a top 3, top 4 team for the next 5-6 years. And then it's just a matter how the chips fall in the playoffs.
The Nuggets for me, I mean, the finals as a whole if we talk about that at all. But the Nuggets are like my perfect example of my get off my lawn team. Because I've always talked about people like the Warriors. If you compare it to the Spurs, great example, child. Compare it to the Spurs, compare it to the Warriors, and now the Nuggets. What do all those teams have in common?
Homegrown talent.
Homegrown talent.
Yeah.
They built it through the draft. They drafted all these guys. They didn't depend on one superstar bringing another superstar, and have to now plug and play as they go. They grew this, right? They waited on Michael Porter Jr. They saw the talent, waited on him, right? They didn't give up on Jamal Murray. Jokic was a second round pick, right? They had Yusuf Nurkic, and they made the right choice. They said, yeah, I think we're gonna go with this guy.
And the bigger piece, not bigger, but another big piece that they didn't give up on was the coach, Mike Malone. I mean,
so again, like this team has the ability. To your point, I don't think that they might not win 2 in a row, 3 in a row. Somebody might come up next year. Sacramento might make a crazy run. That's a really good team. It's a really good talented team. They might knock them off. But then I guarantee you that Denver's going to be right back the next year, and they might win again, the Spurs. I think they have that potential to have a 10-year run.
I mean, I definitely think it's possible, right? I agree with everything you said. As a Lakers fan, I don't want to see the Lakers try to build through the draft, but it works for other people. No, I mean, let's be honest.
Well, you guys never do.
Well, we tried it. It didn't go well.
We're
It
the
went
Yankees.
horrible.
We don't have to.
We had multiple top
Magic.
picks. We drafted
Magic and Worthy.
Lonzo. We drafted Brandon Ingram. We drafted your boy now out of Kentucky, Lefty, your boy. He's the best player on your team. Well, he's the second best player on your team now. Julius Randle. We drafted Julius Randle. Like, we tried it. We drafted D'Angelo Russell. Like, we tried it. It is not the Lakers' way. It doesn't work. I don't, as a Lakers fan, not here for the rebuilds. This is the Lakers. Go buy some really big guys who are going to win some games. And it works for us. LeBron, it has worked. So, for the Nuggets, I think it's really cool. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see teams who do it that way are having success. And quite honestly, I mean, when you look back at it, that is more successful than anything else. Last year it was the Bucks. They drafted most of that team, right? Except for Drew, and then you surround them with certain pieces. The cap thing is maybe the only thing that they can run into, right? They're already over the cap. The new agreement NBA teams agreed upon is going to be harsher for teams over the cap. So that could be a thing. Do they now have to offload a guy like Bruce Brown, who's got a player option this year? He was an integral part of that championship, right? It's kind of like with KCP and the Lakers. Like, he kind of played himself out of us affording him type of thing.
Right.
So that could end up being a thing. But other than that, man, they're set up to be good for quite a while.
Yeah, that was a good comparison with the Spurs, because when you think about the Spurs, the consistent pieces were Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. And as long as you got Murray and the Joker, you could plug pieces around those two for years to come. I'm with Breeze though. If I'm a Lakers fan, I'm not thinking about drafting. We're the Lakers. No. We got to go get the big fish. But for 80% of the league, I think they have to build through the draft because not everybody gets that generational talent. So.
I think one under the radar kind of thing that helps Denver is they did a little trade earlier in the week with Oklahoma City, because Oklahoma City's got like 15 number 1 picks in the next 5 years or whatever. Yeah. And they were able to offload some of those so that Denver can use them as trade pieces to bring in people to surround Jokic and Murray with. So they're in the mood to go for it over the next 4 or 5 years. So they're definitely setting up for that with the new cap that Breeze was talking about. So,
yeah. Okay. Pump, you kind of mentioned talking about the finals. How do we feel about this one? Was it a snooze fest? Did we enjoy it? What do we take from this NBA finals?
I don't think any series that has a team like Miami would ever be boring. Like, Miami could have gotten swept and it would have been 4 really competitive games. For me, that's just it was good. It was good basketball to watch.
Wasn't it disappointing though, the fact that Jimmy didn't show up? You would have thought we would have gotten something better than what we got from
No,
Jimmy.
I honestly don't think that Jimmy's been right since the conference finals. And
His ankle is big as a mango.
He rolled his ankle against the Knicks.
Yeah, so on top of that, I feel like he's also just dog tired. He ain't gonna complain about it. Like, Jimmy Butler's style of basketball is not, shoot threes. He's a physical player, right? So he beats you up, but he drains so much energy doing that. So by the time you get to the finals, like, yeah, Jimmy don't really got it anymore. And if you're depending on, again, Heat culture, cool. You got 4 undrafted guys who came out of, Roberts Park Rec League, cool. But he couldn't do it by himself. But I enjoyed watching it because, again, old guy, I'm watching 2 teams that didn't have a superstar that got another superstar to get another superstar to get to the finals. This is how you can actually win. And to me, it's sustainable because here the Heat are again in the finals, but they don't have what you mentioned earlier, a Dame Lillard, to really help Jimmy get over that hump. If he had a Dame Lillard, I think that might have been a different final because Jimmy didn't have to do everything.
Yeah, forget all that draft stuff. Heat, go get Dame. Uncle Pat, make it happen.
But no, I enjoyed it was good basketball.
Okay. Everybody agree?
Yeah, it was good basketball. I was cheering for the Heat. They're that spunky team that you want to see how far they can go and
Don't
see
call
what they
it
can
spunky.
do.
We don't know what it means.
Yeah. That's who they are. It's fun. But, I was very okay with the fact that the best team in the league this year won it. I'm very okay with that.
Eventually, the Heat, they played like the 8th seed that they were. People forget they came from the back of the pack.
No, I disagree. I think the Nuggets played like the best team in the NBA.
That too.
I think the Heat did what the Heat had been doing. They just came up against the best team in the NBA.
Not only the best team, they came up against the best player.
No.
That's where I'm going at now.
Nope.
He led all players in the playoffs in points, assists, and rebounds. That's a crazy stat in itself.
First time ever.
First time ever. Would we consider the Joker to be a top 5 all-time center, and is he the best player in the league moving forward next year?
Let's tackle the last question first. Shaq, Kareem, Wilt,
Bill,
Hakeem. Cool.
Ewing.
Stop.
Nah.
Boy, I will come.
Unplug him.
Hold me back.
Stop the cap.
I almost hit you with this Stella.
Now-
Shout out Danielle.
Now to his credit,
With all that New York stuff on. Stop it.
he's on a path to jump somebody. And all honesty, again, Bill Russell, shout out to him, 85 rings, I get it. Right, 33 and 26 one season, cool. We all know that David Robinson's probably a better center than Bill Russell.
All right, so
Let's
You
be honest.
you just listed top 50 players all time, Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic has just won his first.
He's on that path to be there. I
So
think
he has an opportunity to get there, but it's still a way to get there.
Look at
Absolutely.
the path that he took. He beat Steph. He beat LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
He beat the law firm.
I'm not giving you a top 5 just because you've done it one time. These guys did it over the course. Shaq did what he did over the course of a career.
I mean, three of those guys are untouchable in your top 5. Shaq, Kareem,
and Wilt.
Bill.
Okay,
And that's 4. You got a lot of
yeah,
things.
Will,
Those 4 ain't moving.
so
I think
you're gonna
gets 5.
No.
So give me another ring and you can compete with Hakeem. Stat wise, he's already there. You got to win.
This is the reason I say no. He's a liability on defense. He is a liability on defense. He's not a rim protector. There's no coincidence Bam had his best series against the Nuggets. He had his best series against the Nuggets for a reason.
So hold on. So because he can't play defense, that drops him down.
Yes, because
that's not a good point, bro.
Then you this is my
Go ahead,
opinion.
go ahead.
You can't in basketball. It's not like football. Tom Brady doesn't have to be able to tackle. He didn't have to be able to rush a passer. He didn't have to be able to cover in space. He only has to be good at one side of the ball. Okay. And in football, it's structured that way. Basketball is not structured that way. That's why Steph was never my best player on the planet. He's a liability on defense. Literally half of the game, you are not above average.
But that
you
other-
can't be the best player in the world and be below average or average at best on half of the floor.
One side of the ball that he's good at everything.
So he's
good
just,
at rebounding,
so,
scoring,
because he's
and
so
assisting.
good over here. We're going to completely ignore this side. No, I'm not ignoring it.
You think
I'm
Larry,
not.
you think
Some of the
Larry
guys-
Bird was a great defender?
I don't think he was. I don't see he was a great defender, but you were not looking to go after him defensively.
Was Magic a
He
great
would make
defender?
you pay for it. Yes, Magic was a good defender. Name somebody else: Kobe, LeBron, Jordan.
Hold on. So it was. We talked about
That's top
shooting
5
guards,
all
right?
times.
Jordan, Kobe, Wade. So after that, Reggie Miller.
You know what's fair? Go,
not great on defense.
And that's why Reggie Miller never gets in those conversations beyond being one of the greatest shooters. That's the only time Reggie's name comes up.
You don't put him in top 5 shooting guards?
As a shoot, is Reggie? No,
because right now
Reggie's not a top 5 shooting guard. No, goodness no.
Reggie Miller?
So
no.
who's over Reggie?
Okay, that's a different conversation. You want to compare him to the guys we just named? Shaq, dominant defender. Hakeem, Bill, Wilt, Kareem, all high-level defenders. Jokic is average at best at half of the game. You can't be the best player in the world and you're average at best at half of the game. You spend half of the game on defense and he's average. You can't be the best player in the world and you're average at half the game.
He's also doing things that a lot of people on this list can't do as well.
Which is fine, and kudos to him.
You can't mention the defensive thing and not mention what he's doing that these other people on the list can't do.
I'm not ignoring the good things he's doing.
Are.
No, but you're ignoring the bad.
I'm not. He's not good on defense.
It's the same conversation LeBron James. Yes, he's won a bunch of championships. He also lost a bunch. I can't ignore either of them.
Take into account both. Like, he does better things than other people on this list. Can you agree to that?
Yes, 100%. I never said he wasn't.
So we're just taking him off the list because
half of the game, he's average at best.
Okay.
Giannis is dominant on both sides.
So Giannis is better than
Yes.
All right. I don't agree.
If you're drafting a team right now, you're taking a joke over Giannis?
Yes.
Stop the cat right now.
Let me
Stop the cat.
Let me ask you a better question. Let me ask you a better question. Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If the game is on the line, whose hand are you putting the ball in it? Are you putting it in the Joker's hands or Giannis?
The guy who cannot be stopped from getting to the rim, who's going to get fouled or get a bucket? Yeah, give me that guy.
And when he gets to the line, you don't know if he's going to make the free throws?
He won him a championship, didn't it?
He has just
as many championships, right?
I'd rather put it in the guy's hand who's going to either get the right assist or hit the shot. And if he shoots the shot, he's going to make it.
You're a LeBron fan. That makes sense. I'm a Kobe fan. Wow. Go get a bucket. Go give me a bucket. I'm sorry. To me, that is a problem. To me, you cannot be the best player in the world if half of the game you are average at best. None of my favorites, and this is a personal thing, and you guys don't have to agree, none of my favorites were ever liabilities on defense in any form of the word. Bam had his best series against the Denver Nuggets for a reason.
Joker's top 5, man, on my list.
Your list.
Moving on.
On list.
It's always fun. Got nothing else? y'all worn out now?
He gets me worked up every time. Such a dick. All right. Dalvin Cook, where is he going?
Miami.
Chicago Bears. It's coming to the Bears.
Go home. Why wouldn't he go home?
I'm with you. Unfortunately, I'm with you.
Bears.
Why is it unfortunate?
He's going to Miami.
Wait, why is it unfortunate?
I don't like to agree with you.
Oh.
He's coming to 1920 Hallis Hall, man.
No.
How realistic is the Bears, though?
The Bears are in the mix. We got money to spend.
Can I ask you two a question? Does he?
Go ahead.
He's going to try to start.
I know it's about to happen. No, I know what's happening. Go ahead.
Is he a viable option for the Bucks?
He ain't coming to the Bucks.
We're tanking. So
I'm about to say,
to
tank for
Breezy,
Caleb.
I text Breezy.
Because you don't have a running back.
If we don't have a running back, and I text Breeze that, and he made a good point. Would we rather have Caleb or a Dalvin Cook? He didn't say this, but he said we're tanking. But my thing is, would you rather have a healthy Caleb Williams at quarterback for years to come, or maybe get 3 good years out of Dalvin, who's had a flat tire since leaving FSU? Yeah, you might get good productivity from here and there, but he could potentially be hurt. I'd rather tank for Caleb and get that quarterback.
I think Dalvin is a viable option for the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks are a viable option for Dalvin.
Or that.
Flat tire?
I mean, he's on the back end of his career, and the kind of mileage that Jimbo put on him. Do you really want to invest in that?
I don't think he's on the back end, but he does get hurt a lot.
In running back years, he is.
Well, yeah, running back expired 2 years in. I get it. In all honesty, that's probably why Miami is the best fit for him, because he's not going to take on a huge workload.
Yep.
Go back home, cool. I feel like Dalvin Cook is in that position to where one, whoever's going to give him the most money. So if the Bucks offer $10 million and Miami offers $10 million, why am I going to go with the Bucks so I can suck, or go to Miami where we can at least win?
Do you think he would go option A, Miami for $10 million, or the Chiefs for $1 million?
Miami
Money.
for $10 million.
Money and home.
Well, I don't like that comparison because both are title contenders, right? I think what you're getting at, like, one is actually like a legitimate championship contender,
proven contender,
and one of them is giving you more money. So you would have to be like Bucks for $10 million or Chiefs for $1 million. And I think at this point, Dalvin has to be thinking. I would like to think he's thinking championship. Where can I go where I can get the best of both?
That's why I brought up the Chief example.
Yeah, who will pay me a decent amount? I think he's going to take more than $1 million, but you take a little bit of a pay cut for an opportunity to actually win a Super Bowl, and you can do it at home. Like, come on.
Yeah, the best of both is Miami. Miami has a team.
Oh man, I think Miami's going to be nasty.
It is until Tua goes down.
Stop it. We're going to keep him upright this year.
And for the last 5 years, Dalvin Cook has not averaged less than
I get that. I didn't say that. I didn't say
11.35.
I didn't say that.
But he does have a lot of
He
injuries.
misses a lot of games too.
He's played 14, 14, 13, and 17. It's kind of like the
includes playoffs.
Anthony Brown. No, that's regular season.
Oh, ooh.
I mean, not Anthony Brown. Anthony Davis.
He
Yeah,
plays
it's
more
like,
than people give him credit for.
Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's fair enough.
not gonna blaspheme in here.
But I like. Shout out to you giving Anthony Davis some love.
Yeah, street clothes.
Stop it. You can't turn around and call him street clothes. Moving on.
All right, the last thing I got. Where should Chris Paul go? If let's
Yeah.
let's play a game. Let's play a quick
On
game.
top of the world?
Let's get this man a chip. If he Let's get Chris Paul a chip. Where should he land and win a ring?
The Frito-Lay manufacturer.
Come on, man.
That's the only chip that boy getting.
Come
He's missed the
on.
window.
It's done.
Yeah. And I hate that he's now doubling back on the I really want to play with Kobe. Bro, you extended contracts twice while Kobe was still in LA. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap right now.
Where can he go to win a championship right now?
The one I've heard that makes a little sense is the Clippers.
Nope.
He's not winning a chip there.
No.
I wouldn't say win a chip,
No.
but go to a.
They got more injury
Contender?
problems than the Lakers do.
He would fit right in.
The Lakers would make more sense than the Flippers because they also, that makes no. To actually like play for a championship, go somewhere like Philly
I was gonna say
and
Philly,
be like a veteran. Like take whatever they're willing to give you. They don't need him, no, because if Fred is going to be your starting point guard,
Right.
then maybe Chris comes off your bench. Maybe he goes into like the Rondo role for the Lakers in 2020.
I was gonna say Kyle Lowry.
I'm an extension of the coaching staff, or same thing.
Yeah.
I'm really extension of the coaching staff. I can give you enough on some nights, but I can't be the guy. So go somewhere like that. But I think a Philly will be a contender. It's got to be somebody that's a contender,
Yeah.
right? And maybe he finally does the other thing that he claims he's always wanted to do and play with LeBron. Who knows?
I think he might go to LA.
I can see it.
Keep him.
He's got to be on vet minimum. I'm not paying him more than the vet men.
Or should you?
Quick question: What do you actually think Carmelo thought last night?
Hey, at least it wasn't George Karl. They hate George Karl.
You think Melo was rooting against him?
I wouldn't say rooting against him, but does he feel like he missed it? He missed the window with maybe he should have stayed. Any of that kind of regret?
I mean, in all honesty, I blame that on Detroit because he would have had a ring.
I don't know. I felt like he was salty about it a little bit because it wasn't him that delivered that championship. And on top of that, the Joker wears 15.
Now that is egregious. That's egregious.
Is it?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
they
man.
coulda given him another
come on,
number.
man. You gotta shut that down to 15, man.
Is he the greatest Nugget of all time?
Not
The
anymore.
Joker?
No, but before Joker.
Before the Joker, yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's not forgotten, but he's second. He's the second fiddle now,
Yeah.
Hey, man.
unfortunately.
But apparently he wasn't thinking anything because according to him, he believes he's a champion. You're not. You're not a champion. You are a Hall of
Syracuse,
Famer.
Syracuse.
In Syracuse,
Syracuse.
Yeah, he was talking about. We're
if that's
talking about
the case,
the
Charles
NBA.
Barkley could say that.
We're talking about the NBA, okay?
Charlie
Let's-
never won.
let's
Yeah,
cut
Yeah,
it.
he can believe he's a champion, though, right?
Let's-
He won
let's-
with the dream team.
Hey,
Let's stop. it.
gold medals count.
It's like
right?
Christian Laettner, I'm a champion. Yeah, bro. We're not talking about college. We're talking about the pros.
It's also a bag.
He is. Greatest college basketball player ever.
All right.